नमस्कार आपण मानक समस्त को यही वीडियो बहुत बहुत स्वागत। तो आज वीडियो में आपण सहित +3 5th सेमिस्टर पॉलिटिकल साइंस ऑनर्स कोर पेपर 12 रो यूनिट 4 जहाँकि कबीर एंड आबुल फाजल रो यही चैप्टर किसी 1 मार्क्स क्वेश्चन आपण शेयर करी जहाँकि एग्जाम पे मोस्ट इंपोर्टेंट आ वीडियो लास्ट में आपण सहित कबीर किसी दोहा माने जो पंक्ति से लिखिं ताहा किसी गोटे कि दुईटा आपण शेयर करी। तो चलते स्टार्ट करिया। फास्ट टाइम देखा फिल इन द ब्लैंक्स। तो फास्ट क्वेश्चन टी होची अबुल फाजल वाज बोर्न इन डेज। अबुल फाजल बोर्न इन 14 जनवरी 1551। तो 14 जनवरी 1551 अबुल फाजल जन्मग्रहण करते। इन द मुगल एम्पायर ऑफ अकबर डेज वाज हिस्टोरियन ऑफिसर एंड चीफ सेक्रेटरी एंड कॉन्फिडेंट। ना इन द मुगल एम्पायर ऑफ अकबर अकबर टाइम जो मुगल एम्पायर थे अबुल फाजल वाज द हिस्टोरियन वाज ए हिस्टोरियन गोटे ऐतिहासिक ऑफिसर चीफ सेक्रेटरी एंड कॉन्फिडेंट थे। The important work of Abul Fazl was Desh and Desh, the Akbarnama and Aini Akbari. These are important work. Abul Fazl's Desh creates a theory of sovereignty promised on a social contract, and Aini Akbari creates a theory sovereignty promised on a social contract. What had great influence on Abul Fazl? Composite culture was the great influence of Abul Fazl. His religious thought based on this, his religious thought based on secularism. The meaning of such equal is this. The meaning of such equal peace everywhere, माने शांति सब जगह। In the Mughal Empire, Desh had a superior place. In the Mughal Empire, Badshah had a superior place. The king was final authority even in religious dispute refers to Desh. The king was final authority even in religious dispute refers to Imami-e-Adl. According to Abul Fazl, the term Badshah माने कौन बादशाह means an established owner. Abul Fazl justify his policy of imperialism on Desh grounds and moral grounds. से करथिले Akbar divided his empire into Desh and Desh and Desh. After Akbar divided his empire into Subas Sarkars Mahals रे से तांको empire भाग करथिले। The administration of Akbar was administration of Akbar was centralized माने केंद्रीकरण थिले। Small landers were called as Jagidars and Jomidars. In Akbar period, Desh were the owner of land and did not have pay duty for it. Na Bhumiya were the owner of land and did not have to pay duty for it. The principal officer of the central government were Desh. The principal officer of central government were 4 Diwan, Mir Bakshi, Mir Saman Sadar. The Diwan was mainly concerned with descendants and revenue finance Diwan. The Mir Bakshi Arizai monarch perform करथिले duty responsibility of the Arizai monarch. Mir Saman ranked as minister. एसो पचारि पारि परीक्षा की कोन करथिले। द फेमस दीवान अंडर अकबर वाज टोडर मॉल तांकर फेमस दीवान थिले। द ऑर्गेनाइजेशन ऑफ पब्लिक सर्विसेज ड्यूरिंग अकबर्स रिजाइन वाज बेस्ड ऑन डे सिस्टम ना मानव सर्वदारी सिस्टम। ये सब 2 मार्क्स आउ 3 मार्क्स डिस्कस कला बेले हम सब डिस्कस करबा मानव सर्वदारी कोन अकबर तांकर जो सैन्य सामंत किपर थिला। ओके सब को हम 2 मार्क्स कि 3 मार्क्स डिस्कशन रे हम briefly discuss करिबा। The highest Amir was honored with the title of Desh. The highest Amir was honored with the title of Amir ul Umara. The appointments to the ranks of Mano Sarvadars was made by Desh. The appointments to the ranks of Mano Sarvadars was made by Emperor. A general control over all the central departments and the chief advisor of the king was Vakil. Next time देखिबा in Akbar's court Desh was acted as a religious advisor to the king of and discharged function as chief justice of the empire na Sardar I Sadhu से जो गोटे advisor religious advisor and to discharge the function of chief justice of the empire. Akbar को कोर्ट थिले Sardar I Sadhu. An officer who was in charge of the postal and intelligence department was Daroga I Dak Chowki. The head of the provincial administration was Desh. The head of the provincial administration was the Subedar. Akbar's provinces were divided into Desh and Desh. Akbar's provinces were divided into Sarkars and Pranganas माने कोन भाग करथिले। Abul Fazl was ascended by Desh. Abul Fazl was ascended by Bir Singh Bundela. 1602 से देखुथिले। The most prominent figure of the 15th century religious teacher and social for reform was Kabir थिले जब माने कोन most prominent figure 1500 शताब्दी जो रिलीजियस टीचर एंड सोशल रिफॉर्मर माने ଗୋଟେ ଧାର୍ମିକ ଗୁରୁ ଏବଂ ସମାଜ ସଂସ୍କାରକ କବିର ଥିଲେ। 1500 ଖ୍ରୀଷ୍ଟାବ୍ଦରେ କବିର ୱାଜ୍ ଫେମସ୍ ଫର୍ ଡିସାଇପଲ୍ ଅଫ୍ ଗୁରୁ ରାମାନନ୍ଦ। କବିର ଇଜ୍ ୱାନ୍ ଅଫ୍ ଦି ଲିଡ଼ିଂ spiritual poet of India. The book written by Kabir were generally collection of dohas and songs. ମୁଁ ଆପଣଙ୍କୁ କହିଥିଲି ଭିଡ଼ିଓ ଆଖରେ ଯେ କବିରଙ୍କ କିଛି ଦୋହା ମୁଁ ଗୋଟେ କିମ୍ବା ଦୁଇଟି ଆପଣଙ୍କ ସହ ସେୟାର କରିବି। ଦ ରିଟର୍ନ ଷ୍ଟାଇଲ୍ ଆଣ୍ଡ ଲାଙ୍ଗୁଏଜ୍ ଅଫ୍ କବିର ୱାଜ୍ ସିମ୍ପଲ୍ ଭାବେ ସେ ଲେଖୁଥିଲେ। କବିର ଲେଡ୍ ଆଣ୍ଡ ଲାଇଭ୍ ଆନ୍ ଆସିଟିକ୍। କବିର ଡିସାଇପଲ୍ସ ୱେର୍ କଲ୍ଡ ଅଛି କବିର ପନ୍ଥ। କବିର ମାନେ କ'ଣ? କବିରଙ୍କ ଅନୁସରଣ କରିଥିବା କବିର ପନ୍ଥ ଜଣାଶୁଣା। କବିର ଓରାଲ୍ ସେରମନ୍ସ ୱେର୍ ଏମଲମେଟେଡ୍ ଇଣ୍ଟୁ ବୁକ୍ ନୋନ୍ ଅଛି ବିଜକ। ବିଜକରେ ସବୁକୁ ଲେଖାଯାଇଛି। ଦ ହେମନ୍ସ କମ୍ପୋଜ୍ଡ ବାଇ କବିର ୱେର୍ ନୋନ୍ ଅଛି ଦୋହା। କବିରସ୍ ରିଟିଂ ୱେର୍ mainly based on the concept of days and days na reincarnation and karma. Kabir died in days na Kabir died in 1880 1518 AD ରେ କବିର ମୃତ୍ୟୁବରଣ କରିଥିଲେ। ବର୍ତ୍ତମାନ କିଛି ୱାନ୍ ୱାର୍ଡ ଆନ୍ସର ଦେଖିବା। ତ when did Abul Fazl born? 14 ଜାନୁଆରୀ 1551ରେ ଆବୁଲ ଫାଜଲ ଜନ୍ମଗ୍ରହଣ କରିଥିଲେ। ହ୍ୱାଟ୍ ଇଜ୍ ଦ ନେମ୍ ଅଫ୍ ଫାଦର ଅଫ୍ ଆବୁଲ ଫାଜଲ? ଆବୁଲ ଫାଜଲ କ'ଣ? ଶେଖ୍ ମୁବାରକ ଆବୁଲ ଫାଜଲଙ୍କ ବାପାଙ୍କ ନାଁ ଥିଲା। ହ୍ୱାଟ୍ ଆର୍ ଇମ୍ପୋର୍ଟାଣ୍ଟ ୱାର୍କସ୍ ଅଫ୍ ଆବୁଲ ଫାଜଲ? ଆକବରୀ ନାମା ଆଉ ଆଇନ ଆକବରୀ ତାଙ୍କର ଆବୁଲ ଫାଜଲଙ୍କର ଇମ୍ପୋର୍ଟାଣ୍ଟ କିଛି ଲେଖା। ହ୍ୱାଟ୍ ଇଜ୍ ଦ କନକ୍ଲୁଡ଼ିଂ ପାର୍ଟ ଅଫ୍ ଆକବର ନାମା? ଆଇନ ଆକବରୀ ଇଜ୍ ଦ କନକ୍ଲୁଡ଼ିଂ ପାର୍ଟ ଅଫ୍ ଆକବର ନାମା। ନେକ୍ସଟ ଦେଖିବା ଅନ୍ ୱିଚ୍ କନସେପ୍ଟ ୱେର୍ ଆବୁଲ ଫାଜଲ୍ସ ରିଲିଜିୟସ୍ ଥଟ୍ସ ବେସ୍ଡ? ନା ସେକୁଲାରିଜମ କନସେପ୍ଟ ମାନେ ଆବୁଲ ଫାଜଲଙ୍କ ରିଲିଜିୟସ୍ ଥଟ୍ ବା ତାଙ୍କର ଯେଉଁ ବିଚାରଧାରା ରହିଛି। where we find the glimpse of his thought of secularism? Na sul e kul and din e ilahi find the glimpse of his thought of secularism. Who was the ultimate authority on all economic, social and political and judicial powers in Mughal Empire? The king was the ultimate authority on all economic, social and political judicial power in the Mughal Empire. How did Abul Fazl justify his policy of imperialism? Na moral grounds Abul Fazl justifies his policy of imperialism. What was the meaning of Sol Aikul? Na peace everywhere is the meaning of Sol Aikul. How many types of officers were there in Akbari religion? Na 4. Who was the most famous Diwan under Akbar? Na Raja Total Mal. Which system is said to be borrowed from Persia? Na Manasarva system. Who did maintain a general control over all departments and acted as chief advisor of the king? Na Mir Bakshi. How many parts of did Akbar divide his vast empire? Na 15 subas on provisions. Akbar divided his vast empire. Who was the head of the provincial administration? Na Subedar of governor was the head of provincial administration. What is the considered also the important source of income of the state? The land revenue. How was Akbar revenue system also market in most area? Na Roydwari. With whom did the judicial system of the Mughals match with? Na Sultanate. The judicial system of the Mughals matched with. Write about the types of judicial courts provided by Mughals. Na 2. Did I have called secular and ecclesiastical? Okay. Where did we find the instruction about judicial procedure? Na Aini Akbari we find the instruction about judicial procedure. What is the meaning of Darul Sulham? Na justice and tolerance the meaning of Darul Sulham. Who was the highest court of appeal during Akbar's reign? The king was the highest court of appeal during Akbar's reign. When did Akbar abolish pilgrim tax in Jizya? Na 1563 and 1564 Akbar abolished pilgrim tax in Jizya को से कौन ये जो टैक्स को उठाई दिले. Who was the Akbar's trusted courtier? Na Abul Fazl Akbar's trusted courtier. Who was the spiritual guru of Kabir? Kabirଙ୍କର spiritual guru ଥିଲେ କବିରଙ୍କର ନା ଗୁରୁ ରାମାନନ୍ଦ. Who said to be the champion of Hindu and Muslim unity to the modern patriots? Na Kabir said to be the champion of Hindu and Muslim unity up to modern patriots. What were the names of disciples of Kabir? Na Kabir Pantha. Where can we get sermons of Kabir? Na Bijakre. What was the meaning of religion explained by Kabir? Na a way of life. What is the meaning of sannyasa? Sannyasa renouncing one's individuality. What did Kabir preach? Na monotheism, God is one. Kabir कहଥିଲେ. What was the name of Guru mantra of Kabir? Na Ramanama. Ramanama Kabirଙ୍କର Guru mantra ଥିଲା Ramanama. Ram. Okay. What was the main objective of Kabir teaching? Loves of God. What was the love main principle of Kabir? Na love for all. ସମସ୍ତଙ୍କ ପ୍ରତି ଭଲ ପାଇବା. Where did Kabir derive his spiritual experience? Na Sadguru. What was the only way to attain God? Na path to bhakti. Bhaktir margo ହିଁ ଆମେ ଭଗବାନ ପାଇପାରିବା. What was the meaning of liberation as stated by Kabir? Na a state of fearlessness was the meaning of liberation as stated by Kabir. What did Kabir oppose in society? Na caste system को कबीर बहुत विरोध करते. Which book contains the teaching of Kabir? Na Bijak book contains the teaching of Kabir. Who was said to be ridiculed all Brahmanical tradition and conservative Islam? Na Kabir said to be ridiculed all Brahmanical tradition and conservative Islam. तो ये 1 मार्क्स क्वेश्चन. नेक्स्ट टाइम 2 मार्क्स क्वेश्चन डिस्कशन करबा. थैंक यू टू ऑल फॉर वाचिंग दिस वीडियो.